Hello, my name is Wisdom Damaj. I'm a real estate investor in Oklahoma City and an active member speaker at the Oklahoma City Real Estate Investor Association. The reason you are seeing this video is because you've clicked on one of my advertisements on buying your house. So, congratulations are in order. You're one step closer to selling your house. What you're about to discover could completely relieve you from the burden of keeping your house as it has for many others, and help you sell it within the next 36 days. Because what you'll see in the next few minutes is the only way that I'm aware of to solve the biggest problems you face as an out-of-state homeowner, such as selling your property from a distance, understanding and performing paperwork, keeping up with property liability and maintenance, getting rid of that house burden so you can focus back on your life. You see, I can fix these problems for you. My company is probably the only real estate investment company that I'm aware of that guarantees your house sales within 36 days. I'll help you through the whole process of selling your house and dealing with the legal aspect of it. I can buy your house or even help you sell your house faster than you ever could on your own. Because of my access to funds and my big network of more than 400 local real estate investors actively looking to buy properties in Oklahoma, on average, I buy one property per week or help someone like you sell theirs. Here is what my company can do for you, just like we did for Chris Powell, where I handed him a check for his house within only a few weeks. Chris had a property in Midwest City that was trashed by those troublemaking tenants. He came to me at a point where he gave up on being a landlord and dealing with all the hassle of his tenants. When Chris and I started working together, I took him through the same 3-step process I use with every client. Step 1. Opportunity evaluation. We will evaluate your property's value and condition, and then discuss what deal structure works best in your situation. We have several different deal structures we can deploy for our clients, as each situation is somewhat unique. We will also analyze the comparable sales in your area to determine the right price. Step 2. Property inspection and further analysis. I will go and visit your property and assess if any repairs is needed and what it would cost. We will also run a title to check if it's free and clear or if it requires some legal work. Step 3. Offer and closing deal. At this point, I'll give you the best offer and we agree on the terms and draft an initial contract, which will be signed by both parties. And then I'll run an inspection on the property and we will schedule a closing within 30 days. Let me now walk you through a case study of Bobby Abraham and his wife, who had a roadblock in his life and were not able to make enough money to afford their mortgage payments anymore. They had to sell fast and get out of their situation. Bobby and his wife were fast to list the property with a realtor. They got locked in with that realtor on an exclusive contract with a 6% commission. Almost 2 months passed by and their realtor never got to sell their property. They tried selling it themselves. However, working full-time and having kids got them overwhelmed with the process of handling calls, making sure their potential buyers have a good background, and showing the property and all that jazz. At that point, I reach out to them and explain how I can help by handling the whole process from start to finish without taking any commission, since I get paid by the buyers. They got me on board and I was able to sell their property in 26 days. Here is another case study of Sandra Pock, who lives in Texas. Her stepson and his wife used to live in her house in Moore. However, he passed away and his widow had decided to move. She was having to deal with the death and damage from a distance of 500 miles. Some major repairs were done due to 2 tornadoes, and she was going to have to list the house with an agent. However, she realized that dealing with a property that was so far away was going to be a challenge. She was not looking forward to listing the property and dealing with months of negotiations and ongoing expenses and inspections. So she decided to work with me, and her property was sold in 21 days. Here is a third case study of Robert and Christina Bottom, who live in Alaska. They were sick and tired of dealing with a property that is a rental. They were 1,000 miles away, and they weren't coming back to Oklahoma anytime soon. The tenants in their property were moving out in a month. So I reached out to them for the first time and offer my services, but they weren't convinced as they were wanting to sell it themselves. After 2 months, Christina calls back asking me to work with them. They found out the hard way that there's no way they can sell a property thousands of miles away, and they didn't even have enough equity to pay 6% commission to a realtor to list it. The house was selling for $140K, and they owed $135K, little equity. However, in a matter of weeks, I had a deposit on the property and closed it in 36 days. Now, how much better would your life be if I get you similar results? You might be thinking, does this apply to me? Well, here's who it applies for. Tired landlord, inherited property, property that needs repairs, looking for quick cash, code violation, pre-foreclosure. If you see yourself in one of these categories, I can definitely help you. Another question you might have is, how long does it take? When will I get my money? Well, that depends on whether or not your property is free and clear or the title needs to be cleared. If all is good, I can certainly close within 36 days. If there are issues on the title, you need to work with me on clearing the title so we can close as soon as possible and hand you your money. Do I have to pay any hidden expenses or charges? Unlike a realtor, there is nothing to pay. No commissions, no expenses, nothing. When you work with me, you make money, you don't pay. The reason I'm here today is I'm looking to buy your property or help you in selling it just like I did for the clients I showed you. Essentially, my company is going to take care of everything for you from start to finish, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's a no-hassle process that gets our clients the results I've showed you today. But here's the catch. We have to be a good fit, and you need to qualify to work with me. So let me make it clear who this is for. First of all, you have to have a property in Oklahoma that you personally own. Second, you have to be willing to sell the property within a time frame we agree on up ahead, most probably within the next 36 days. You also need to work with me in dealing with any legal issues. Again, this won't cost you anything. No commissions, no hidden expenses, nothing of that. Why? Because I'm a real estate investor, not a realtor. That's why I offer an unprecedented guarantee. If you work with me and I couldn't sell your property within the next 36 days, our contract will end with absolutely no obligation on your part. Now I realize that expecting you to work with me after responding to an ad and watching a short video is ludicrous. So what I want to offer you today is a risk-free way for you to see specifically what I can do for you. For a limited time, I'd like to work with you via a results consulting session. Here's how the process works. We'll be focusing on a specific deal structure to help you solve your biggest problems you have. Resolve your inability to sell your property from a distance. Understand and perform paperwork. Get rid of all liability issues and property maintenance. Get relieved of that house burden so you can focus back on your life. It's going to take around 15 minutes in total. You'll speak with my acquisitions manager, Timothy, to discuss your situation and figure out what's the best deal structure and more. The first step is to complete an application for a private consulting session below. The application is simply to make sure that 1. I can help you, 2. that I'm the best person to get you the results you want, and 3. that you're ready to take action. I'm also going to ask you for a deposit of $97. Don't worry, I could care less about your $97. If you don't feel that you got at least 10 times the value of your $97 during the strategy session, just let Timothy know and he'll give it right back right after you hang up. If I take you as a client, then I can apply it to your balance. I'm mostly using this as a filter to keep the time-sucking vampires and the tire kickers at bay. That's why when you get on the phone, it will be all business, focused on action and results, because we don't have time to waste. Once I have your deposit and your application, you'll set up a time for your session using my online calendar. Just you and Timothy on a call together, one-on-one, for around 15 minutes. This is where we'll really begin working to figure out exactly what you want and how to make it happen. Timothy will review your property, your legal issues, if any, and so forth, and he'll deliver an initial offer immediately. He's my right-hand man, and responsible for most of the acquisitions. At the end of the call, one of two things will happen. Option 1. If you see the value in becoming a client, great. We can talk about what it would look like to move forward. Option 2. If you don't want to become a client, that's okay too. If you want, Timothy will return your deposit as soon as you hang up. No problem. Either way, you'll receive a very valuable consult that you can use to sell your property. It will probably be the most profitable 15 minutes that you invest in selling your property. This opportunity is extremely limited because of the intense ongoing work needed in order to buy a property or help a client in selling theirs. As I said a moment ago, I only work with a handful of clients at a time. Right now, I'm looking to work with 5 to 6 clients only. So with that said, know the window of opportunity won't be available for long. If you feel this is right for you, all you have to do is click the apply link below the video for my consulting session. Follow the instructions on the next page to submit your application. We'll look forward to speaking with you. And while you are here, scroll down the page and check some of the testimonials from my other clients so you can see the types of results I can bring.